Welcome to this week's edition of Wolves Weekly. I'm your host, Mark Colachico, the Director of Media Relations here at Western Oregon University. I'm joined today by head softball coach Lonny Sargent. Lonny, how are you doing today?
Great. A little cold.
A little cold, yes. Especially after you guys were down in Tucson for the weekend. You played down there in the NFCA Division II Leadoff Classic. 6 tough games. Talk a little bit about those games.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great test for our kids, and that's what we wanted to do, and go down and play some of the best teams in the country. And we hung with all of them and had a couple of close ones that could have gone either way, and pulled out a couple. And it was a lot of fun. Our kids learned a lot. We learned a lot about our kids. They learned a lot about us as coaches as well. So it was a great trip.
And you guys played, as you said, tough competition. You had the number 16 team in the country to start the tournament, and then you finished out pool play with the number 1 team in the country, and you actually hung with them. You had a lead for a while, and then it seemed like their bats just kind of stepped up a little bit there at the end. But like you say, tough competition is going to breed good competition for you guys throughout.
Yeah, I agree, and that's what we wanted to do, is show our kids that we could play with the best teams in the country, and they did. They stepped up and played really well. Not being outside very often for us, and both those teams have been outside probably most of the year. So it was a good challenge, and we were proud of them.
And individually, you look at it, and Amanda Evola had a great start to her senior year, and she was actually awarded for that start by being named GNAC Player of the Week. Talk a little bit about her, both on the field, statistically, and then off the field, what her leadership is going to bring to you this year.
Well, on the field, her numbers speak for itself, and she's just a tremendous athlete, tremendous competitor, works hard every day at practice and on the field. So the one thing that I noticed this year was that she does get, she is pretty hard on herself, and but after the few years with me, I'm hoping I had something to do with it for her. But she kind of maintains her cool now, and she just goes with the punches. And I think that's going to be tremendous for our kids to see that all year from her. And she works hard every play and gives it everything she can. And then off the field, she's just, one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. And her family's great, and all of our kids love her. And we couldn't ask for a better person or player.
And now we kind of flip the page for this week. You guys are heading down to Las Vegas for the 6th annual Desert Stinger. It'll be played 2 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday, and then another 2 games on Sunday. So another 6-game road trip for you guys. But like you say, it's one of those that it gets you ready for the regular season. And you've got Cal Baptist in there, you've got Humboldt State, Augustana, Regis. Just quality competition.
Yeah, I think out of the first 12 games that we will play, 6 of those teams are ranked, or 7. One was 33rd, I think. So I think it's great competition for us, and hopefully we'll give them good competition as well on the other end. But our players are so excited to get down there and play again. It looks like it's going to be another great weekend, and the more we can get out and play with the best teams, then it just prepares us to come back and play with the best teams in our conference.
And then, like you say, you guys got a chance this last weekend to get to know your team a little bit better. They got to know you and your coaching staff a little bit more. What are you seeing now? I know it's relatively early in the year, but what are the highlights that you've seen just in the first few games?
Well, I think our tenacity and our will to start games strong. I think we scored first on everybody that we played, and that was phenomenal to see from our players, and not being able to see live pitching very much, to be able to get out and do that. I think that showed a lot, and our kids just, we missed some signs here and there. We missed, just your normal stuff over the first weekend, but our kids worked really hard to try and get all of that stuff under control by the end, and we couldn't ask any more of how they prepared for this last weekend and how we'll prepare this week for this next upcoming weekend. So it was a lot of fun. Off the field, we always try and have as much fun as possible, and on the field, they've noticed that I'm a little bit more intense than I am off the field, but I think most of them handled that really well.
Well, Coach, we wish you good luck this week down in Las Vegas. Fans, you can follow that all weekend long at woowolves.com. There'll be live stats as well as a live video of the Wolves game against Humboldt on Saturday. So be sure to check that out. We'll see you again next week on Wolves Weekly. Coach, we wish you guys good luck this week, and as always, go get them and go Wolves.